Hello, young man. I'm here to talk to you about a very important topic that can change your life forever. The value of conflict management is something that I've learned throughout my years of fighting crime and protecting Gotham City. You see, as a vigilante, I've faced my fair share of difficult situations, and I've had to develop the skills to manage conflicts and stay calm under pressure. When you're in a situation where you're facing a threat, whether it's physical or emotional, it's easy to get caught up in the heat of the moment and react impulsively. But as someone who's been in this game for a long time, I can tell you that impulsiveness is not the answer. In fact, it's often the root of more problems than solutions. So how do you manage conflicts effectively? Well, the first step is to stay calm. When you're calm, you're able to think more clearly, and you're less likely to react impulsively. This means taking a step back, assessing the situation, and thinking about the best course of action. Now, I know it's not always easy to stay calm, especially when you're faced with a threat. Your body's natural response is to go into fight or flight mode. But as someone who's trained to manage conflicts, you need to be able to override that response and think more strategically. Another important aspect of conflict management is communication. Being able to listen to the other person, understand their perspective, and communicate your own needs and concerns is crucial. This can help to de-escalate the situation and find a resolution that works for everyone. Of course, there are times when communication isn't enough, and you need to take a more assertive approach. As the Dark Knight, I've had to deal with my fair share of villains who won't listen to reason. In those cases, you need to be prepared to take a stand and defend yourself and others. But even in those situations, it's still important to stay calm and think strategically. Panicking or acting impulsively can lead to mistakes that can have serious consequences. By staying calm and focused, you're able to make better decisions and take more effective action. Now, I know some of you may be thinking, but what about when the situation is too much to handle? What about when you're faced with a threat that's too big, too powerful, or too overwhelming? Well, let me tell you. I've been in those situations too, and I can tell you that even in the most desperate of times, there's always a way forward. As someone who's been through the darkest of nights, I can tell you that the key to surviving is to stay focused on your goals and values. When you're grounded in what's important to you, you're able to stay motivated and find the strength to keep going, even when everything seems lost. And that's where the concept of resilience comes in. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, to adapt to changing circumstances, and to keep moving forward even when the going gets tough. As someone who's faced his fair share of challenges, I can tell you that resilience is essential for managing conflicts and staying calm under pressure. Now, I'm not saying it's easy. Managing conflicts and staying calm under pressure takes practice, patience, and dedication. But I can tell you that it's worth it. When you're able to manage conflicts effectively, you're able to build stronger relationships, achieve your goals, and live a more fulfilling life. And that's where I want to leave you today, young man. I want to leave you with a sense of hope and optimism, knowing that you have the power to manage conflicts and stay calm under pressure. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being persistent, staying focused, and always striving to be better. As you go forward, I want you to remember the words of a wise old man. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the judgment that something else is more important than fear. When you're faced with a conflict or a challenging situation, I want you to remember that you have the power to choose how you respond. You can choose to let fear and anxiety take over, or you can choose to stay calm, focused, and determined. And always remember, you're not alone. There are people who care about you, who want to help you, and who believe in you. And if you ever need guidance or support, don't hesitate to reach out. And if you feel this talk helpful, don't forget like and subscribe. And if you want to be a more grateful person, you can donate on the Patreon account, link on description. See you soon, friend.